messing around with old blues tune. Probably recognize that. Heard it done maybe by the Grateful Dead or Hot Tuna or even older bands than that. It's the A thing to G, a little Mixolydian blues kind of thing. I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. I guess I'll sing a little of it. Said I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss your daddy from rolling in your arms. Anyway, just had that on the mind, on the brain for some reason. God, didn't even hear it lately. All I've been listening to lately is lute music. I even broke out my lute this week. It's kind of the motivation thing, Michelle's thread. I got motivated a couple weeks ago to dust off the lute, try to tune the darn thing up, except now it needs a little bit of work. I have to replace the frets. They're all worn out and shot. So anyway, ordered stuff. Maybe next week if I have it in tip-top shape, or even if it's in reasonable shape, I will break it out. And it's been a long time since I played the lute on here at TG. Years, I'm sure. Dermot, you want to track that down? Last time the lute saw the light of day. It would have had to been on an update somewhere down the line. Anyway, what's been going on this week? Some pretty cool tunes. I want to thank Max for coming. We're going to start working on something like, I think at least once a month we'll do a lesson, not so much together, but where he will bring up a little improv section on how to solo over a chord progression. It's really different playing leads over jazzy type things. Because they keep changing keys. Okay, right there, it just went through like 4 different keys. Well, 3. One of them, I guess it came back. No, it was. Let me think. I think it was C, D, G, G flat. There we go. 4 different keys in 8 measures. 6 measures, because the 7th measure got back to C again. Anyway, so kind of cool, his little thing on Girl From Ipanema. There's still more to come from Ipanema, too. I'm still struggling with the solo version, so we may add that. What do you have? We're up to 11 parts in Girl From Ipanema now, I think. It is the middle of February, the 16th. I think we have 1 or 2 more days of warmth out here, and it's supposed to start freezing and freezing and freezing. I guess we're supposed to join the rest of the northern hemisphere pretty soon and break out long sleeves. I'm gonna have to dig. Oh no, there's some around here somewhere. You'll see them sometimes in my Fly on the Wall videos. Speaking of Fly on the Wall videos, I hope everybody enjoyed the guest appearance from my darling 17-year-old Illeana, who just it's so cool. She brings me these songs. We learned something from Hamilton a long time ago. We worked on anyway. She brings in tunes that are way off my radar. We worked on Burn, I think, from Hamilton a long time ago, and she kind of got the hang of it. But really, it introduced me to the Kirstin Maldonado song, Break a Little, and it is very cool. A lot going on in there. So what else did we have? A little more of Kevin. He's working his way through Piano Man. And Vanessa brought us some pretty cool things. A tune I wasn't too familiar with, the Elvis Costello She, and then just today. Let's go to C, huh? I should look. Anyhow, pretty cool that you broke out the Simon and Garfunkel tune El Condor Pasa. Great song. You can strum it kind of simply, or you can make it really elaborate. What else did we have that I forgot about this week? I think that was it as far as the new tunes go. I have a couple of little things I want to mention. First of all, as you noticed, we are saying farewell to Katherine. She has been really, really helpful. So thanks so much for everything you've done for the last couple of years. It's been a few years since she's been helping out on support, posting the lessons too. So, man, I have the cushiest job in the world. Don't tell anybody I just said that. Anyway, I get to do pretty much what I get to do is really fun. Putting lessons together on songs, and then I just do a little bit of editing and then send them off into the ether. And a few hours later, well, sometimes days later, kind of depends on when I do them. Thanks to Katherine and Jamila and a few other folks behind the scenes, they find their way to your screen. So anyway, certainly wish her well in the next endeavor, and we're gonna miss her. Thanks again. What else has been going on around here? The uploader. You may have noticed a lot of strange things going on in there. I think we have the busking uploader working. It seemed like it worked for me last week. And so what I'd like to do, I really want to get back into doing student reviews. So if you can put something up and use the busking uploader just in the text of it, say, hey, please take a look at this and give me some advice. And then I'll get on it, because somehow I think we have that one working. I'm not so sure about the other one, although I know that Naz is working furiously to get that live, and we've had it working at times, and then just like I keep referring to it like the cone of silence. I'm sure everybody my age knows what the heck I'm talking about, at least those who watched TV in the United States here in the 60s. Anyway, that's sort of what's been happening there. And let's see. So if you want me to take a look at something, because that's what I really like to do too, is offer advice. Hey, you're holding your hands in the wrong place, and or something like that. Work on it with a metronome. Slow it down. Oh, never mind. You don't need to upload anything now. You just got all the advice you need. Slow it down. Play it with a metronome. Work on your bar chords. Practice pressing them down. Oh, you know what? I do have a piece of advice I could offer. One of my students lately was working on sight reading. And so he's working on reading stuff like this. But what I have him doing is reading the lines one at a time, just the high part or the bass part. And we were kind of getting into a little bit of a rut where sometimes a note would just escape him, and he couldn't, it would take too long to figure out what it was. And some of it was, he was going through like 3 or 4 different approaches to figure it out. Oh, do I remember FACE? Oh, it's below the staff, it's on the lines. And I have 2 quick pieces of advice that might help. And that is, first of all, you should know the spaces of the staff, FACE, but you also should have the 6 open strings as reference points. The E, low E, 3 ledger lines below in the space. The A, on the 2nd ledger line below. The D, the space below the staff. The G, 2nd line. The B, 3rd line. And the E, top space. Those 6 notes, you should be able to identify like you can color. Oh, that's red, that's green, that's blue, that's azure? Well, never mind. Anyway, and but then also when you're looking at a melody, look at the shape. Play the scale of the song you're in. If we're playing the Bourrée in E minor, play your E minor scale. Know which notes you're going to play down here. And then if you see notes, if you've got an E on here and you see the note above it or below it, just think, okay, up to the next note, or down to the next note, or skip a note, a third, up to the next one. So following the contour of the notes, rather than I just played an E, now the next note is, oh my gosh, I got to start all over again, FACE. Wait, it's on the space right below E. It's got to be the note right below E. Work on your alphabet backwards as well too. Anyway, okay, that's it for my foray into tips on music reading today. It's really one more important one that I had to tell my student, and that was, don't just memorize the piece and the measure and get it down that way. practice sight reading for sight reading's sake. Treat each note like a flashcard and just go through the whole song. Don't even expect to hear what the song sounds like. Look at a note, play it. Look at the next note, play it. Look at the next note, play it. Sometimes, so that's more of an exercise for not learning the song necessarily, but working on improving your reading. So, okay, that's it. Caught that one by surprise. Ah, there we go. Anyway, really enjoyed Daryl's thread, his slightly cryptic thread. Of course, it referred to a song that is in the Target program, so I'm sure many of you have figured out right now what the heck he's talking about. And of course, when I saw that first line, the intro line of Dreaming of the Past, I just started singing the song because that is the opening line to a really famous tune. Here's a hint. Okay, that is it for the middle of February here. Check back next week, and we will see what has evolved.